Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Can take the stage, ready to play. Weekdays at 10, the cars and the scene. Coffee in hand, they're living the dream. Question in their voice, got the whole town awake. Bringing fire to the mic, make no mistake. Shows in the corner, spitting out facts. Dropping truth bombs, ain't holding back. Can in the morning, feel the heat. From 10 a.m. CST, can take a seat. We live and loud, that break in the mind. Light up your speakers, crank up the sound. They're talking about life upside down. Opinions exploding like a sonic blast. In the studio, they're built to last. With passion and grit, they engage and ignite. Every single week, their foes can't fight. From sports to politics,
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Hey, good morning. I'm sharing out to the
Holy shit.
Holy
we have a Luca.
The world traveler has returned.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Luke. How you
In
doing,
a fucking minute, man.
Yeah, just trying to get back into football.
Well, wait, weren't you just watching all kinds of different football in Europe?
No, I just actually just traveling and seeing the sights.
Oh, no shot.
No Premier League games, no La Liga, nothing?
There was a Champions League game going on when I went to Istanbul.
Oh, that'd be fun.
They beat Liverpool.
That'd be a fun atmosphere, though.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Istanbul.
Joe.
Well, say Joe has to.
Hey, good morning there, Fred.
Hey, did you guys hear the rumor? I saw it. I don't know if it's true or not. I saw it on Facebook last night, but that the Jets are interested in trading Breece Hall before the trade deadline.
I vaguely heard stuff
first
about
off, if you saw it on the internet, it must be true. But yeah, no, I saw an article somewhere about that too. Because there were some Bears fans on Bears X. They're like, "Oh, we should trade for Breece Hall." And like once again, Bears fans, I don't think that fixes the running issue we have in Chicago. But I digress, Joe.
Well, Breece Hall is more of a north and south runner, to where I think he'd be a good complement to Swift.
Mm-hmm.
On that, I think, yeah. But these guys are like trade Swift to get him. Like, well, that makes okay. So you're doing tick for tack.
Yeah, that wouldn't solve anything.
No.
Yeah, and I don't think the Jets are wanting to trade him for a running back. I think they're wanting to trade him for picks, right?
Yeah, they're gonna want picks, which is fine. I like if it's. I have to look at his contract. Luca, you might know because you're on that stuff like I am. Do you know how big is his contract? Do you know?
He's still on his rookie deal, so if they can get a fourth round, that'd be a steal.
This is actually the last year of his rookie deal, so whoever trades for him is going to have to pay him season.
So that becomes the question then. Like, if you're the Bears, like, are you going to want to pay him?
Or he could be a 1-year rental too. I mean, like for the Chiefs.
Yeah, but if I'm trading for a running back like that, I want to keep him around more than just the year. Like Kamara, that would be the 1-year rental type of guy to me.
Yeah, but wouldn't they have to absorb like dead cap if they cut him after this season?
That's it. His dead cap prevents that.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like player age wise and stuff like that.
So obviously the Saints are going to trade or cut him. Would he be the highest paid running back next season?
I don't think
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't think they can afford to cut him, bro. I mean, his cap hits 18 mil, but like his dead cap is pretty bad though too.
Yikes.
So if they were to cut Kamara, I'll look it up in a second. I'm still sending this out to all the different X communities. I just sent it out to one of the two Vikings Twitters that we go to. I'm about to send it to the other one. There we go. I'll look it up in a minute, but He's got some dead cap to him. I'll look it up though. Give me a moment. Only got like 2 more teams to send this to. 3 more teams actually.
Oh, you already got the 500 ones done?
What now?
You already got the 500 other ones done?
Yeah. I wish X would give me a way I could share to all these communities at once, like just set up a distro list or something. So I'm sorry to those, like, for instance, I just sent it to the Buccaneers X. I'm sorry to Bucs fans. They have to miss the first 5 minutes of the show because it takes me that long to get them. I'm doing the last one right now. Of course, I try to personalize if I can for each one, but yeah, I just now finished last one, and it took almost 6 minutes to share this out to all the different X communities. But so the funny problem, and I'll look up that right now, Luke, as I'd say this. The funny part about X is it's like great because you got all our teams have these spaces, right? But the problem is, like, to get a show like ours that covers all the teams out to everyone, it takes forever. But the biggest, people think like, oh, X is nothing but politics. Well, actually, the biggest piece of X is sports. The problem is there's 32 football teams, 32 baseball teams, 32 NBA teams, 32 NHL teams. It's so fragmented. You know what I mean? Politics, there are 2 teams pretty much, left and right. Sports, there's a million teams with different sports even. So while we're the biggest community on X, we're very fragmented. All right, Alvin Kamara, here we go, as promised. His dead cap this year would be horrendous. His dead cap next year for 2026, 18 million. His whole contract is dead cap.
How are we gonna say?
Cut him pre-June 1st. Post-June 1st, he's got 10 million in dead cap, and you'd save 8.5 million on the cap. His cap number next year is 18.5 million. Yeah.
He sounds like
2027.
Designated then.
2027, you'd have 5 million dead cap and 3 million cap savings on an $8 million cap number. So Kamara is not a guy you're going to trade for as a rental. So Kamara is almost untradeable unless you're trading to a team. And I know the Lions will never do it, but let me just say, like the Lions, because they have like 40 million in cap space, right? So, like, yeah, if you're the Lions, you could do it, but obviously the Lions don't need Kamara, nor would they ever trade for Kamara. So that's the problem for the Saints with Kamara.
What up, Mitch?
Sorry, Saints X. Saints X, though, I mean, I know it's hard to comment from X2, but I guarantee if you ask people in Saints X, do you want to see Kamara traded? It'll probably be an overwhelming hell no.
He might be a good fit with the Patriots, though.
Yeah, he's a post-June 1st cut, dude. Like, he's got to be, right? Like,
yeah.
No, but even with that, though, man, you're taking 10 million in dead cap and only saving 8. I mean, you're saving 8, and you could probably get a good running back for that.
10 million is, I know it's a lot, but when it comes to dead cap, there's teams with 30, 40 million in dead cap, dude. Like 10 million is 10 million is 10 million, dude.
Right, but here's the thing though. If you're them, here's the thing with that, right? If you can cut him, get a running back that's going to produce better than him for under 8 million, sure, go for it. You save money and you improve your team. The problem is if you can't get a guy for under 8 million to replace his production, then you might as well just keep him, right? Because that's like for the Bears. Well, we need a cornerback. We've got 8 million in cap. Okay, we've got 8 million cap. We're probably trying to carry that over to next year. But anywho, if there's not a guy that we can add for under that amount of money, right, that's going to add value to the team and not just be a body, why are you going to spend the money? If there's not a guy worth it, you don't spend it, right? Well, that's the same problem that they have now with Kamara. Unless you can find a guy for under $8 million that's going to replace his production, you might as well keep him because it's going to be tick for tack. You don't take the dead cap, just give him his 18 mil, because you can't find a guy who's going to do it for under $8 million. Does that make sense?
Well, I get what you're saying, but with the horrible contract situations that they have across the board down there in New Orleans, this might be the time to take any cap savings you can get, run out a squad of undrafted guys if you have to for the year, and rebuild your roster for the next year or two.
What GM is going to do that with the fan base that these guys have?
And not just that, but like I agree with you that you're not going to replicate Kamara's production immediately, but you could go draft a running back for $250,000 a year, and he's eventually going to get there. Like or he's not.
Spend the first rounder, you're going to spend about $2 or $3 million probably, but you're still like I agree with what you're saying, Joe.
But you don't have to draft a running back in the first round unless you're the Raiders.
No, but
you know what I mean, like.
But I mean, you're probably going to try and get a guy in the first or second round, maybe. But I agree with your premise there, 100%. But what I'm saying is, like, are they willing to do that? Like, you have to look at that ownership, you have to look at that GM, and you have to say, are they willing to take a step back at that position to do what you and Ken are talking about? If the answer is yes, we're willing to be honest with our fans and tell them, but we're going to have a down year, right? And hope they still buy tickets and everything else, like some teams have done. Great. But if you're not like that.
Well, we're talking about the Saints franchise that used to attend games with bags on their heads. You can tell them they're going to suck, and I think you're still going to fill those stands.
And not just that, but
nowadays too, you can't afford to lose your tickets if you decide that you can't take a season off.
They
got you. They got you. Yeah, they got you.
Also, like, I think Saints fans are smart enough to realize that they like what has really been transpiring here, right? Like they've been riding this Super Bowl window since Drew Brees retired, dude. Like, and what I mean, I'm not saying that they were legitimately in a Super Bowl window, but they sure thought they were, right? Like, they I won't say they thought they were. I'll say they did their salary cap like they were, right? Like they kept all their aging vets because they wanted to keep the team together, right? Despite the fact that Brees retired and they didn't have a suitable replacement at quarterback. Rather than tearing it down, they wanted to try to stay competitive. And now you're so far in the hole with this cap thing that, like, there's nothing you can really do. Eventually, you're going to have to deconstruct that team. And I'm saying every year that you don't, I mean, look at they're 1-5 or 1-4,
like,
right?
You're not wrong, but let me say this. Let me give you some mitigating reasons why they haven't, because you're not wrong. I agree with your premise 100%. But here's why they haven't. They're in the NFC South, which means they've been competitive even though they've been declining, right? They've been in the mix, if you will, for the division. Maybe not for wild card, but for the division, they've been in the mix. Then the other piece of that is devastating injuries. They had a good quarterback in Carr. They were riding high. Look at last year in the first 2 games, they won by blowouts. Like, cool. Carr gets hurt. All of a sudden, not cool. So you take those 2 pieces, and that's why they haven't done like what you and Ken say they should probably, and I agree with you, and probably Luca does too, then look, they should deconstruct this down a little bit, take the hit on Kamara, trade him away, go draft someone that you're only going to pay $400,000 for. Yeah, you're not going to replace it next year, but, give it another year, fine. But they haven't done that because for whatever reason, they remained somewhat competitive enough to justify to at least themselves and to some of their fan base that pay for season tickets and make a lot of noise, the non-deconstruction of this team.
There you go. They've told themselves a bunch of lies.
What happened?
You live in a better life.
They told themselves a bunch of lies so they can try to float the dream of, oh, yeah, we're competitive. We might be able to make a push and all that, when knowing full well if they actually look at it, you're screwed.
They're 1-4 right now. If there was a season of the recent past where they could do what you guys are talking about, this is the season. The problem is getting someone to take Kamara's contract, getting someone to take the Swiss Army knife's contract because of injury issues for both of them. So you've got to find a team that's willing to take Kamara and pay the 18 mil next year, or to drop for dead cap. You got to take a guy who's a team that's willing to take Taysom Hill, who's also a fan favorite. Cam Jordan, same thing. I mean, if you look at their roster right now, they're pre-June 1st cut. Anyone they cut makes them go negative buku dollars in cap, right? I mean, so their only way out is trading guys off like Taysom Hill, Kamara, Cam Jordan, Eric McCoy, DeMario Davis, Chase Young, which is a ridiculous contract. Carl Granderson, Chris Olave is going to get ridiculous next year, but they're not going to do him because he's the future. They've got a ton of contracts that they need to move to teams who are willing to pay for them next year. And if you're going to deconstruct, this is the year to do it. Go ahead, Luca.
No, I was just going to say it's a lot of girl math going on up down in New Orleans.
Yeah. Now, Steve, our resident thugonomic Packer fan, says the Bears should trade for Kamara. No, I would rather they trade for Hall than Kamara. Well, if I trade for Kamara, I'm basically getting another version of Swift. And of course, look at whether you think who's better coming out of the backfield, Kamara or Swift. You can debate it for your personal preferences, but for the Bears, it's not like a max game because they're a similar type of running back. Kamara is a little bit better going through the.
I was going to say I'm with you on the similar type, but there's a major discrepancy in skill level there.
Swift is better. Swift is better on the out when he gets to the outside than Kamara, but Kamara is better going through the middle. But I'd rather get Hall because I think Hall he complements Swift better, and then you can still utilize both running backs together. Swift and Kamara, it's like putting the same guy out there. It's like putting two versions of the same guy out there. So, like, you don't really change the look. But if you did, like, Hall and
Kamara's like 32 years old. Like,
yeah, that too. and he's got more injury issues. So
Brees Hall's only like 25, dude. Like, something like that, right? He's like 20, 25.
26, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Brees Hall, yeah. But now you're going to have to pay him, though, because he's coming off a rookie deal as well. Is he not? I believe this is his end of his rookie deal.
That's true. But look at, like, he had a whole season with an ACL. He was out, right? Like, he hasn't exactly lit the world on fire. Like, he's a good running back, but I don't think he's considered top 3 or top 5. So you're not paying him $15 million a year. I think you could probably get him for somewhere around 7 or 8.
Yeah, I'd see like top end 7. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the last year of his rookie deal. He's making his cap number this year is $4.3 million. So you could probably get him for $6 or $7 million, because of the injury times and everything else. I mean, look, I would not be against the Bears giving up a second or third rounder for him. A lot of these guys. I mean, he was a second round, 36 overall, so early second rounder. I don't think you'd be upset with giving up a second rounder for him, and the paycheck next year is not going to be bad. And looking for the Bears, Ben Johnson likes the two-headed everything. He likes 2 tight ends. He likes having multiple receivers. Why not 2 good running backs? That would make more sense for Chicago to trade for Brees Hall than it would for Alvin Kamara. Kamara, I don't know. Maybe you could get him. I don't know. I don't know where he fits with the contract issue. Maybe New England. Maybe the Bills if they can find a way.
The Patriots just got Trevion Henderson, though, and number 1. And then the Bears were actually one of the teams, when I read that rumor on Facebook, the Bears were one of the teams that were reportedly interested in Brees Hall. It was the Bears, the Bengals, the Chiefs, and one other team.
I think that would make more sense for Brees Hall. Oh, okay. That would make more sense. Brees Hall would make more sense for the Bears because he would complement Swift. Because, like, Swift, if they could ever seal the edge, you can get this guy outside. He'll do things, right? We've seen it. We've seen him break out these 40, 50-yard runs on the outside. He's got home run hitting speed for sure. The problem with Swift is, can you get him there? He's shown that he's durable the last 2 seasons, right? His last one with the Eagles and last year with the Bears. he's shown that he's durable. You just not getting the production you need. Do we see draft Jay Love running back from Notre Dame next year, or Jordan Price running back from Notre Dame? Maybe. Well, I think they will draft a quarterback. Actually, I think that there's 3 positions right now the Bears you might say would be drafting in the draft next year, and that would be running back, edge, and corner. And corner only because they need depth.
Man, I think Bears fans might have a meltdown if they drafted a Jay Love.
No.
No.
When he's running through Jim, when he's running through the middle, I agree with you. He doesn't shed too much contact going through the pipes. You get him to the outside, though, he shed some tackles. But once again, that comes to angles and everything else. If it's straight on, he has a hard time breaking those. But if it's a guy coming from an angle, he actually does a pretty decent job of skirting those or breaking those. But running through the pipes, he's got, and I'll give him one more little bit of credit, even though it's not great. He improved on that during last season with the Bears, kind of because he had to. He has got a little better at that, but yeah, I agree with you, Jim. He doesn't have great tackle shedding ability. He's gotten better though.
Yeah, I think he's better at eluding the tackle than breaking it. Yeah. That if he can get the guy to not make contact with him, yeah, he's good. But once that guy gets his hands on him, more often than not, he's dragging him down or at least stopping him up where other guys can get there.
Right. He's elusive. He just doesn't have that and there are a lot of running backs that fit that mold. I mean,
look at Jahmyr Gibbs, dude. Like Jahmyr Gibbs is like super elusive, but you don't ever I've never seen, I don't watch every Lions game as a disclaimer, but I've never seen him like run people over.
Unfortunately, I have seen it a few times.
But Joe's not wrong though. Like Jahmyr Gibbs, look, Jahmyr Gibbs is a better version of Swift in that regard. That's why they did what they did. They're very similar backs. Very similar backs. Jahmyr Gibbs is better at breaking the tackles than Swift. I wouldn't say by light years, but by a good amount. Swift does have to improve at that, and he did improve at that a little bit last year. But once again, though, if you're looking like, are the Bears going to make a move at running back? Is Kamara the answer? The answer is no, partially because of the contract issue the following year. Breece Hall would be a better option if they're even going to do anything, because like Monangai has shown some promise going through the middle when he's not running backwards 7 yards because I get he's trying to beast mode it. But that kid is pretty good. Yeah, Monty is definitely more powerful in the middle, and I wish the Bears would have kept him. But I don't know. When you come to the Saints, they're so perplexing, and now you have to look for like teams that are in the hunt that could benefit from these older players with these screwed up contracts. So not only do they have to have some money. Or be, there's a lot of boxes that need to be checked. Give me 1 second. I got to kick a cat out of here. She busted the door down again, didn't you?
Cannon is cat kitty.
I'll just take this time to say Genty is looking like he might turn into the king of truck stick, dude. Have you seen Genty run people over, dude?
I might have seen it in the Bears game, but I haven't seen it enough for it to like stick out.
Oh man, like there's a couple. There's
another Raider that we get a gold jacket for.
Oh, I didn't say he gets a gold jacket. I said he might be the king of truck sticking, dude.
There's
a lot more to being a running back than truck sticking, but like that dude.
Sadly, Joe, all I've seen is the scores. It didn't look good.
Yeah. When you throw 9 picks in 5 games, like that tends to happen.
Whew.
Yeah, hey Jim, real quick. So we do the show from the man wing of the house, and I have the hallway to the third room there, and I got the French doors, and they're always closed. But the cats have figured out if they throw their bodies at the door, they can open it and then come in. And I don't think you want to hear cats fighting in the background while we're doing this show, so I keep them out there.
I don't know. That might be entertaining.
Yeah, not for me because I got to clean up the mess afterwards. But
I was
yeah.
gonna say we might have Kitty Mortal Kombat. Come on.
There's
Right.
no smoke on that. Hey, Dub, there's no smoke on that. That's a clickbait article. He does not want out. He does not want out of Chicago.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of things on it, but
Yeah, it's complete clickbait on him wanting out. But listen to the Packers fans who knows more than the Bears fans about the Bears. They're AW. Well, it's funny, AWR Packers fan, but Steve says he wants out, but no, he doesn't. Yeah, bring the cat fight. I'll tell you what, man, they go at it, man. I have two cats that claim me as their human, and they go at it, and they get territorial. And the man cave area is one of their domain. It's his sanctuary. So when Mia comes in here, it's like, yeah.
I know. I think the only rumor I'd buy about wide receivers wanting out is AJ Brown.
yeah, I 100% believe that one.
And he's another one that's problematic though, because once again, contract.
There'll also be the second team he's wanting to be traded from too.
Yeah, that's problematic too, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's a hell of a talent at wide receiver when he's got a quarterback that'll throw him the ball.
No, I don't understand. You're on a team. Why you want off a Super Bowl team?
Oh, he's going nowhere.
Because he's not getting many targets at all over there.
But they're winning.
Here's his cap numbers, okay? This is how he's going to be untradeable. His cap number for 2025 is 17.5 mil. Next year, it's 23.3. The year after that, 22.6, then 27.5, then 29.3, then 53.5. Here's the problem.
Shit. Yeah.
His dead cap this year is 89.9. Next year, it's 72.4. The year after that, 27.1, then 15.3, then 5.7. Those are pre-June 1st cuts. Post-June 1st, it goes down decently. Next year, it's only 45 mil if he's a post-June 1st. 11.7, 9.6, and then 5.7. So, I mean, he's got a long contract with a lot of money on it. He's 28 years old, which means, he's going to turn 30 while you still got these big cap numbers. You've got to be a team, you got to be a team like Carolina. You've got to be a team like Carolina where you'd want him to be a long-term answer.
He wouldn't work in Carolina. They just went out and got 2 first-round receivers back to back.
I'm not saying Carolina's the answer. I said
Carolina. That needs a number one. Yeah.
That needs a one, and that could have him, make a commitment that he's going to be their guy for the next 4 or 5 years or 3 to 4 years. That's the kind of team, he needs to go to.
That's just crazy, dude.
Yeah.
You're on a team that's competing for the Super Bowl. You already won a ring. You have a chance to win another one, and you're making $17 million, and you're not getting hurt because you're not getting the ball thrown to you, bro. I'll sit there and sip Gatorade for $17.5 million and give me a fucking ring too. I don't understand. You want to go to a team? You want to go play for NOLA? Or you want to go play for the Giants and catch 110 balls a season and win 4 games? Come on, man. You have a chance to see. That tells me all I need to know about AJ Brown right there. And other teams see it too. Obviously, they have to. If you're wanting off a Super Bowl team, then that says it's all about you. It's you want your numbers, you want your stats, and you don't care if the team wins or not. And that's crazy to me, dude.
Okay. No. So that doesn't characterize it right. He's very weird and cerebral. If he feels like he's not catching a ball, he feels like he's not helping the team win. It feels like he is causing more problems by not getting the ball. He's very weird like that. It's not like he's not a me first guy. It's just he just thinks differently.
Yeah, Luca, that's exactly what I was just about to say. Is that with him not getting the ball, he seems like the type of guy that feels like he's not contributing, so he didn't earn that ring.
That's crazy, bro.
I didn't say I agree with the sentiment fully. I just said that's what I think is going through his head.
Even the water boys get rings, bro. They appreciate their contributions. You know, if he doesn't catch 100 balls, let's say he catches 30 balls this season, he still caught 30 balls for the team. He still contributed, dude. He's just not the main contributor, and that's fine.
Couldn't like a team, I guess, that you could go to? Actually, let me check them out really quick. One team that, believe it or not, maybe he'd be good for. Let me check their cap space next year. Yeah, the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh God! Now that you say that, that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Give Danny Dimes AJ Brown and watch him take another step forward.
I mean, they've got some decent guys, right? But they don't have that standout receiver. I mean, obviously everyone knows they got Jonathan Taylor.
Pittman.
They got Michael Pittman. Pittman's contract he's got this year and next year. Next year, Pittman's cap number is 29 mils. So they'd have a lot of money in the receiving room with him and Pittman for the next 2 years. But the way they're playing this year, and they got 7.8 million cap space this year, and next year they've got 58 million in cap space already, but they've only got 38 signed to the roster. So it could get a little dicey unless they do some restructures or like maybe do an extension with Pittman, right? That where he gets, but he's also 28 years old. But maybe do an extension where you can spread the money out a little bit better. But Indianapolis could be an interesting place for him to go.
If I'm the Eagles, I'm not trading him, dude. And I'll tell you why. You just read off his contract numbers, right? Can you read those off one more time? This year he's making what for AJ Brown?
Yeah, hold on. Let me go back to the Eagles here real quick because I had moved off and to go to the Colts. AJ Brown's okay. Here's the salary numbers. Geez, you want his cap or his dead?
No, I want his salary number, his salary this year, or for the next.
Okay, well, his base salary. Okay, this is where it gets weird. His base salary every year is no more than 1.4 million at any given point in time. Okay.
Oh, so you got bonuses. Okay, so give me the cap numbers.
Bonuses are big, plus the option bonuses and the roster bonuses and the workout bonuses. Next year now look at in guarantees. This year he was only guaranteed $1.1 million. Okay. Next year he's guaranteed $29 million. His cap number, though, this year is 17.5, then 23.4, 22.7, 27.5, 29.3, and 53.5.
See, you guys got to sit here and talk about all this contract shit, and you brought the IRS in.
Yup, pay your taxes, motherfuckers.
No, but look, so the last year of that contract is the only year where his cap number is way above market value.
Well, yeah, and that one there you can cut him, and that's a void year actually.
That's
a void year, so you save $53 million straight up if you cut him.
Yeah, see, but that's what I'm saying is they've got him signed to a steal right now. Like his cap number is 23, 22, 21. Like there are receivers that are less good than him that are making $30 million a year right now. Devontae Adams is making like $30 million, dude. Like I think that I agree with you. It's a team-friendly deal. It's kind of like Montez Sweat, right? Montez Sweat, he's making $25 million on the cap every year. It doesn't go up. That's a good contract for a team, right? You got an edge rusher, and look at minus the fact that Montez isn't producing right now. Let's take that out of the equation. But at the time of contract, that's a good contract because your number's not really going up every year. It's static. Everything else is going to go up, but that stayed static. So that's not a bad contract, financially speaking, for the Bears, especially if you were producing. A.J. Brown's contract is not bad for the Eagles because at its height, it's 27 mil, but that's a year where you could cut him post June 1st and save 17 mil and only have 9 mil in dead cap. At that point, you're probably okay with it. He's pretty static for 25, 26, 27. You're looking at 17.5, 23.4, 22.6. That's it's as close to static as you're going to get. That's pretty static. So that's a really good year. And then when it gets where it's maybe not so static, those are years you can cut him
and have big savings and lower dead cap. So it's a kind of and then all the void years. My God, this guy's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 void yards because he's actually the void years. I don't know why they have 2031 through 34 because everything's all zeroed out. So 2030 is a void year where you save $53 million off the cap by cutting if he's off the roster by 2030. So it's a good contract for them, like Joe's saying, if you break down those numbers.
So there's zero incentive to trade him. You're a Super Bowl contending team with a number one receiver under a good contract for you. Like, he's made than his market value. If he was to go in free agency right now, he would make more than 30. With Jamar Chase making 40, AJ Brown's got to be worth 30. And he's making 17 this year. Like, it's a steal for the Eagles, dude. Like, so why would they trade him? That's my thing. Unless he's just literally like, I'm just going to sit on the bench and not play, there's no incentive to trade him whatsoever.
So here's the thing. His OTC valuation, right, versus what he's being paid, 15.3 mil is what his valuation is for what he's producing right now.
That's
but that's not his fault. Like,
no, it's not his fault.
I think he's worth more.
I hope they keep him. I just want chaos for the Eagles.
But if you look at
the Eagles,
he's got 5 games played, so he's been on 93.2% of offensive snaps, and he has 19 receptions for 194 yards, 1 touchdown. That's why he's mad, and his average is only 10.2 yards per catch. Last year he was averaging 16.1 in 13 games, but he probably was getting fed a little more.
You know what? It worked for Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith, before this previous game, he complained that he wasn't getting any targets. He got targeted the shit out of this past game, and he produced. The big problem is Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is not throwing the ball. AJ Brown is getting. If you go watch game tape and look how much AJ Brown gets open, or Devontae Smith. And AJ Brown, and Jalen Hurts is so worried about running the ball. I think he's been so focused on getting Saquon the ball that he's not watching his other wide receivers get wide open. I'm not going to say Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback because he is, probably slightly above average, but he's not using his arm as much, and we can see it throughout the game tape.
Well, here's an interesting one. So the Eagles play the Giants tonight. It's interesting on 2 levels. One, do they throw against the Giants more, or is it Saquon run day at the place that tears up knees and Achilles, right, at MetLife? Or is this an audition for the Giants to maybe make a big splash and trade for him within the division?
Nah. I was going to say, I think that whole Cleveland-Cincinnati thing kind of threw everything off a bit. I don't think we're going to see another interdivisional trade like that.
If the Eagles were so inclined to say, we really need to get rid of him, he's being a cancer in the locker room, and if you think he's being a cancer in the locker room, why not dump a cancer off on a division rival?
Because Howie Roseman's smarter than that.
Because AJ Brown's
the best GM in football.
Yeah, Howie Roseman, dude, that guy's a good GM, bro. Like,
yeah.
You look at his drafts and his contracts. Like, he's got a premier receiver on that contract that we just talked about. Like, that's a steal for the Eagles, man. $17 million for AJ Brown, in my opinion, is a steal.
And we thought, Eagles, can't make any more moves. And here he goes trading a bunch of assets and still making moves. You're not stopping this guy.
The Giants would have to give up ownership.
Hey, really quick, just for you, Ken, I brought one of your friends on.
No. Man.
Hey, Ken, you kind of look like cousins.
I'm the rest of my family, damn it.
Yeah,
shit.
Howie Roseman. I mean, he'll make it work. I mean, he's the best GM in football, hands down. There's nobody that
I
comes
agree.
close.
I agree.
Get the
What
fuck
he's
out of
been able,
here.
what he's been able to do. Hey,
What do you
technically,
think
Woody,
about how great Howie Roseman is as a general manager for the historic franchise of the Eagles?
Oh, geez, you guys are rubbing
I
that in
say,
deep.
you know what? I'll give the props on those stupid assholes since I don't like them anyway. They do the best. They do the best draft day trades. I know that they made out on AJ Brown. It seems like they have a good team every year, so they can go fuck themselves. But that's other than that. They're like Isaac's favorite team, Penn State.
He got it in before I did it to him.
I mean,
Right,
if
yeah.
AJ Brown was, I mean, like if AJ Brown was truly being a cancer in that locker room, like I wouldn't put it past Roseman to dump him off on a division rival. Say, you know what, have a cancer. Good luck with that, and just watch him eat that team up from the inside. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think AJ Brown.
And plus, the Sheagles, they traded for Dotson out of his rookie contract from Washington last year. So he's doing good things. Dotson, Barkley's from 15 minutes from me. Dotson's about 20 minutes. So they want to keep it in Pennsylvania, but they can go fuck themselves still. Seriously. I'm sorry.
Also, just want to point out, I don't think that the Eagles will trade him even if he is a locker room cancer. Because look what happened. It was just 2 years ago. Sirianni was like on the verge of being fired. The whole locker room was against him, and there was this they were an absolute dumpster fire the last half of the season, and they managed to get through that. And Sirianni's still coaching. They won a Super Bowl after that.
I mean, look, if someone just needs to tell AJ Brown to shut the F up.
I can.
Be happy he's winning rings and getting paid. And okay, so you're not the man because you're on a very talented team with lots of weapons. You're one of the weapons that you're going to have games where you're going to just have 2 or 3 touchdown grabs in a big day. And then you have days where you're just a distraction feeding your teammates, right? Like, and that's why you're getting these DJ Moore things. Because look at Roma Dunze right now is the man. Why is he the man? Because everyone has to focus on DJ. So DJ gets it. He knows as people start shifting their coverage to cover up on a Dunze, that he's going to get to eat. So he doesn't care. As long as the Bears are winning, DJ Moore doesn't care. He knows he's going to have his games. He's going to get fed and have a big 2 or 3 touchdown day or 100-plus yard day or whatever. And he's got days that his battle buddy, Roma Dunze, is going to get it because he's drawing the coverage. A.J. Brown needs to learn from that and learn from other good receivers in the league who are willing to be a team player and not care about their personal stats and glory. A.J. Brown, you know what he's chasing? He doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care about the Super Bowl ring. He's caring about that Canton, Ohio ring. That's what he's doing. It's not about that. That's the thing with a guy like A.J. Brown. He's got the money. He's got the ring. What's he chasing? He wants the gold jacket.
Chasing?
How can I get the gold jacket if I'm not getting the numbers I need to get the gold jacket playing for Philly? That's what he's doing.
You know what? You know who he's chasing? Tyreek Hill. I mean, Tyreek Hill had an ultimate situation with the Chiefs. Being paid good money, getting Super Bowl rings. He said, "Nope, I need to get paid more, and I need to be the main focus." You know what I mean? So he went to the Dolphins, and now look at him. Dolphins want to cut him after this season.
Isaac, A.J. Brown can catch up to Tyreek Hill because Tyreek Hill is hurt, so he can't really move. So
Good point.
Now's the time, right? Now's the time to catch Tyreek.
Yeah.
Hey, you know Howie Roseman can solve this whole thing if he was just willing to channel his inner 2000 rock and just be like, know your role and shut your mouth, jabroni.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Holy shit. We have
Raise the eyebrow, Joe. Raise the eyebrow.
JB.
No, he should just let him slap the shit out of Sirianni, and I think he'd be all right.
I think
How's
all the
everybody
Eagles
doing
fans
today?
want to slap the shit out of Sirianni.
I mean,
I don't understand why. The dude won you a Super Bowl. Like, bro, he should be having a parade.
It just, Eagle fans are, they're so like weird. You know what I mean? Like, they turn on everybody. They threw
Bro, if there was a coach that won the Raiders a Super Bowl, it don't matter what he did after that.
Come on.
Like,
But I don't think Sirianni did anything to win the ring, though.
Remember how Sirianni,
They
Remember
throw
how
snowballs at Santa.
Yeah, remember Sirianni and their ex-coach. Remember Sirianni fucking flipped off the Eagle crowd because they were booing him. Like that's what made fucking the bad taste in their mouth.
So
You know what I
it
mean?
seems Ken wants to say something, so he's in the middle of the screen
No,
there. So go ahead,
I
Ken.
did. I went to JB's roundtable once because we have so many people on this morning. That's why. Yeah. So look, but the thing with that you brought up though about Tyreek, but the difference with Tyreek was he left Kansas City, to get the money, but he was still producing at a high level with Miami for a good minute there until the injuries started piling up on him. AJ Brown is chasing a gold jacket at this point. He's got the money, he's got the ring. He's chasing a gold jacket, and he can't get the gold jacket without the numbers. And he's not getting the numbers that he thinks he needs for a gold jacket. If he goes somewhere where he is the number one, though, or is the main focus, he'll have a Super Bowl ring and the numbers. He's thinking, I'm going to get in the Hall of Fame. He's thinking about the Hall of Fame. He's not thinking about another ring or the money. He's got that.
And he'd be number one. He'd be number one in a lot of teams right now.
But here's let me just say this. He's doing that too early. In my opinion, he should get another ring if he has a chance. Like two rings is better than one ring, especially if you're trying to get that gold jacket. Having two Super is a lot better than having one Super Bowl. Like rings help with rings are part of that argument with the Hall of Fame. Like they're not now with wide receivers, they're not like the biggest part. But I just think like it's a little early. If I was him, I would try to win one or two more rings and then go somewhere else.
And you'll get paid more because you just prove you're a multiple Super Bowl champion wide receiver. You know what I mean?
I don't think anyone's going to do a new contract on him because of his age, though. Too, I think this is his last contract.
Well, I mean, we thought the same thing with Mike Evans, and Mike Evans got paid by the Bucks. You know what I mean? So, there's wide receivers that pay beyond your years. Look at Devontae Adams, just like Joe just alluded to. He's over 30, and he's getting $30 million. You know what I mean? Like
This contract ends after right before he turns 33. So I don't know if he's gonna get another.
At the same time,
I don't know if he's gonna get another.
I'd rather pay Mike Evans than pay AJ Brown again, because AJ Brown has been inconsistent. Is it all his fault? No, but if you bitch at your quarterback, guess what? You're not targeted.
But once again, too, he's going to be 33 years old when this contract's up, and he's not Mike Evans.
Exactly. He's not Mike Evans. Mike Evans has been way more consistent. He's had way more production.
Yeah, that'd be stupid. That'd be stupid if the quarterback doesn't target him, because if he's the only guy really getting open on your team, AJ Brown's probably the best slant receiver in the league that does the slants. Clearly the best. Yeah. If they don't target him, then that's the fucking team's going to go down then. So I see what JB's saying, but I would target the guy anyway if he's getting fucking open and winning you games.
Now, here's the question. They're playing tonight, Thursday Night Football. First off, does anyone think the Giants are beating the Eagles tonight?
Yes, I do. Right here.
Okay, besides Woody. So, look, Woody is always going to pick against the Eagles, don't get me wrong. I mean, this
Smoking
could...
If UCLA could beat Penn State, it could fucking happen tonight, too.
JB, he's not smoking the hopium. He's drinking the haterade.
Absolutely.
Even though the Eagles are winning this game, the Giants actually been kind of fun to watch. Jackson Dart and Cam Scatabo have been playing really good ball.
Can we all agree that it's been a crazy a crazy season? Teams are getting beat that we don't think they're going to get beat. Like you never know tonight. It's a division game. Mm-hmm. Giants can go out with a vengeance and be pissed off because the 0-4 Saints beat them last week. You never know. They could go out and beat them. Doesn't matter.
And also, here's one other thing. The Giants' defensive line is really, really good. And the Eagles, they seem to want to feed Saquon a whole lot. So what if the Giants' defensive line shuts down Saquon? Is Hurts going to start throwing the ball all of a sudden?
Well, Saquon only had 9 carries last week.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, if they're going to try to feed Saquon and the Giants, defense, you got to know they're going to be ready for Saquon. They're going to be their focus, right?
I have the Giants winning by 10. Sorry.
Oh wow.
I was that point.
Yeah, I do.
Or they
I hope it happens. I'll root for that.
I mean, this would be a good game. Like with Brown, this would be a good opportunity though, because the secondary in New York's not the greatest. They have a pretty good pass rush, but this would be a good opportunity for Brown to get some balls today, and they can shut him up for a minute, make him happy, feed him today. Get him a game where you can feed him. Like I said, he wants to stay. He's looking for numbers for the gold jacket, so give him some gold jacket numbers tonight.
I know Jackson Dart's going to be she's probably shitting his pants already. I'm telling you. Yep.
I mean, the Eagles are such a weird team.
Has there been any more trades?
Yeah, there's Newsom got traded to the Jaguars. Campbell got traded
to.
That
last night.
That was yesterday, though. Yeah.
Ozzie
Nothing
Newsom?
new this morning that I've seen.
Greg Newsom.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was a little off.
That's interesting. Brown traded Newsom because, that I thought Newsom was. And granted, I didn't watch him at all this season, but I thought Newsom was a pretty good corner.
He's average in the NFL, average to good. He's not great. He's not elite. Denzel Ward is better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Browns are probably going to be sellers. You know what I mean? They're not going to be good. So.
Well, I seen they showed Joe Flacco on the flight yesterday to Cincinnati, and he wasn't even on first class. He was in back of the plane.
Jesus.
Bengals and Browns are property. What do you expect?
Yeah, well, it was a long flight. Huh.
Yeah, no new trades that I'm seeing today.
Yeah, Giants are winning tonight, buddy. I'm telling you, Giants are winning.
I don't know, man. I think Jackson Dart might get picked off a couple times.
Like last week?
Yeah.
That Eagles secondary, dude, like that Eagles defense period is good, man.
Yeah, there's game tape on Dart now. So
yeah.
Now that I officially turned 55, I can say it's 50 years of fandom.
Oh yes, happy birthday, JB. I forgot.
JB, happy birthday, bud. You don't look a day over 54.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Jackson Dart, in order for the Giants to win tonight, Jackson Dart's going to have like 150 yards rushing, dude. Like, he's going to have
Scatterboo out.
And Will Robinson, he must have about 100 yards receiving today, too, because that's their only really receiver.
Feed Scatterbo.
Scatterbo does the home. It's interesting. Cleveland this week, man, they've been busy. They traded. They made the Greg Newsom trade. They did the Flacco trade, and they signed Cam Robinson, acquired Cam Robinson from Houston. They've been busy in Cleveland. Like they must think they're buying, and they're buying early.
Wow. See, to me, that's saying in the back of their heads that they still have a shot in that division.
Yeah.
I think they definitely think so, and especially the way that Gabriel played, like. That was an encouraging sign for them, right? Like I feel like, and really the season's still young. They could still turn it around. Like I'm not saying they're going to win the division, but I think they could, possibly compete for a wild card.
Well, tonight should be a fun game for those who have Prime. Eagles Giants division game. Of course, we know how Woody feels about it. You know what though? I kind of like. Not that I disagree with Woody because Woody and I never have an opinion on anything.
Fuck you.
We don't have an opinion. But here's the funny thing though, like I can see the pathway for the Giants winning because look at Jalen hasn't exactly been throwing the ball well because he hasn't been throwing. The Giants have a good front. If the Giants can get home and they can keep Saquon bottled up and they can get the sacking the quarterback. This will be a really good game.
Have a good front line, maybe on defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about, JB. Their D line, if they can get after Hurts and stymie that offense, I mean, look at if their defense can keep them in, maybe Scatterboo can find Well, maybe Scatterboo and Dart can find some magic and not fumble and turn the ball over like they did last week and make this an interesting game. But man, I'll tell you what though, the Eagles are scary even on defense. Like Cooper DeJean is just tearing people up right now.
Well, another flip side of that is, if CD didn't, if who shoulda, coulda, woulda, if CD didn't drop all those passes week one, Dallas could have beat them. If they didn't come back on the Rams like they did in the fourth quarter, they could be easily 2-4 right now.
Well, and that's the
And
other
if the
thing
dog
about the
didn't
Eagles.
stop the shit in the woods, he'd have caught the rabbit.
Yeah, and use this rabbit to wipe his ass. Yeah, I know.
But that's the other piece about the Eagles that makes them so perplexing, right?
Yeah.
They could be 2-4 right now because they're not exactly playing like a team that just won the Super Bowl, like beating. They're winning games they should win, but they're not winning them convincingly.
Right.
Well, look at Kansas City last year. It was the same deal, dude. Like, and it got them to the Super Bowl. At the end of the day, if you're winning the games, that's all that matters. You know,
That's
good
true.
teams win when it matters.
You know,
and that's why I think the Eagles are
at
still.
this point, the Eagles.
Go ahead,
Compared
birthday
to
boy.
last year, and I'm just at five games in. Last year, the Eagles were sitting at 28 sacks in 5 games. You know what they have this year? 7.
28, well, 7.
They have 7 sacks. They're 25th in the league. The Packers are 15th at 11. Guess who's number 1? And it isn't the Lions. It's the Denver Broncos with 21.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, Nick Bonito is having himself a
monster year.
Season. Yeah, monster year. Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
picked
leads the league in sacks.
I picked Denver to win that division this year too.
I did
Denver's
too.
really good.
And now that both tackles are out for one's half the season,
Yep.
the other one's gone for the year.
Yep.
The Chargers are starting that slide.
Yeah, and Amari and Hampton's on IR.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, he's out 4 to 6.
And Harris too.
and they're starting tackles. Isn't Slater
that's what I'm
out?
saying.
And,
Yeah. Yeah.
Slater's out.
So I'm
Slater's out for the year.
surprised. I'm surprised the Chargers aren't on running back watch right now.
yeah.
Chargers don't have money though.
They have enough to make a small move because he's on a rookie contract year. If the Dolphins are selling, that's where Devin Achane should go.
No,
That's
they
another guy
changed
that
coming to Chicago, buddy.
Yeah, what he just said. We talked about it last night. Like, really, there are two guys.
No,
There are two running backs. Brees Hall and A-Chain both. I can see the Bears making a move for.
I
Spencer
can.
Rapp.
I could see the Bears going after to get Montgomery back too.
Saints are
ain't
dangling
happening.
Kamara.
Yeah, Montgomery didn't like his time in Chicago.
But now he does with Ben Johnson
No,
there.
that's not true, Ken. That's not true. Actually, Montgomery loved his time in Chicago. He wanted to stay in Chicago. It was Chicago that said, no, we don't want to re-sign you. He wanted to stay. The fans wanted him to stay.
Well, he
And the
admitted he had
GM
suicidal thoughts.
Yeah,
Then-
and the GM that told him no is still there.
Yeah. Yeah, so polls won't bring him back, but I could see H.N. and Brees Hall. I can see the Bears making a move for one, too. The
Brees
Alvin
Hall, yeah.
Kamara, people like, unless you can, like, Alvin Kamara is not, look at the Saints are going to have, Hartley, we said it early. Yeah, JB's got to get ready for his show. He'll be on in about 2.5 minutes, guys. So make sure you watch JB after we're done here.
And
but
I'll see you in about 10.
Yeah, Kamara.
JB, who do you have winning tonight?
Tonight, I'm taking the Eagles. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm watching your fucking show today. So
Love you too, brother.
Kamara, unlike that's the other problem. You got guys like H.N. possibly being available, Brees Hall being available, and then Kamara. Like, why are you going to saddle yourself with Kamara's contract when you can go get one of these other guys and look at H.N. or Brees Hall? You can sign for less money next year for what you have to pay Kamara. So, I mean, he's like the third best option, maybe in the fourth or fifth best option. And even then, you have to have a team that has the money to keep him past this year. So, Kamara is a hard sell on any GM right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to really, to make Kamara marketable in a trade, the Saints have to eat a ton of that contract. If the Saints are going to eat like 3/4 of that contract, then they can move him.
Yep.
And then do you really help yourself out if you're the Saints if you do that? I mean, it goes back to that other argument. Yeah, a little bit, but not a lot. You're still in cap hell for 2 years.
Well, they beat the Giants last week, so there's still a chance.
They're 1-4. There's no chance.
You're saying there's a chance?
No.
What was all that 1 in a million talk?
Yeah.
So, hey, guys, thank you for everyone. We had a big show today with a lot of people. Thank you for Luca for jumping on. It's been a while since we've seen the world traveler grace the screen with his presence. Thank you, Luca, for being on today. JB, the birthday boy, of course. Thank you, Isaac, for popping on. Woody, of course. Joe, as always. Ken and I, Ken will not be here tomorrow. He's whip thing going. So JB will be here in his steed tomorrow. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today and enjoy another day of football. Enjoy the game tonight, and we will see you all tomorrow morning on another edition of
Go
10 in the morning.
Devils.
Go
Peace
back
out.
home.
Go Devils. Gee.